It also shows the jackasses in our government. You know what I'm saying? The higher percentage of enslaved people that a U.S. country counted among its residents in 1860, the more guns its residents have in its present, according to the analysts. What would you do if your people were being damaged and invaded and enslaved? Get out, please. Nobody wants to read that garbage. Now we see Karen's gone by. Yeah, Karen is a nutcase. You know what I'm saying? Video shows privileged white women can't stop trying to police black people. Yeah, because they're a jackass and they live on a superiority mental pill popping pushing motherfucking crackhead drug addict fucking children. That's why. And you pump their head up with a whole lot of garbage. Bruce CT, right. Second, 2 days ago, coming off the news one. Know what I'm saying? They've been running this shit. I had a neighbor that did the same thing not too long ago. We're drilling holes in the wall to hear what we were saying up here and doing all kinds of garbage and thought that point black didn't know. Now I'm saying to where my one of the relatives was sitting on the porch and the people who was trying to clean and fix the apartment after these nutcase jackasses, Kerry and Ernest Julio Ball Gallo left. Now I'm saying they came outside and said, damn, we got a lot of work. Do you see the many holes in the wall? These people didn't know us from a can of fucking pee. But Carrie, the woman, she's one of them sick fuckers. And we know why she's sick because we look at her parents and we see that also. You know what I'm saying? So we know that she's probably a drug baby. You know what I'm saying? And in her mind, she done pumped up this superiority white complex. That's a lie. That's bullshit. And it's not true. And she figured that she could go around and rule on everybody else. They got caught this fuckery out and shut their fucking asses down every time they try. Because all they're going to do is spy on you and call the police. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And the police shouldn't even respond to them garbage like that. Wow. They never really went anywhere. Karen and their whatever, carrying whatever, white women amplify and weaponize the privilege when it comes to exerting their uh, purported moral authority. What moral authority? But you sitting up here talking about Roe versus Wade. What moral authority? You tell me. Because this must be done in a whole different way. You can't use it as a political issue. Because to me, it seems like more like a health crisis of people making this damn mistake, the same as drugs. You know what I'm saying? They're addicted to abortions. Hey, oh, I don't want my baby. I'm going to just go throw it away, open up your legs and suck them out. But you voting for the Democrats rather than working it out with the Republicans. You are idiot. You will lose your life and your country over the privilege of seeing that you could throw away a baby. Authority, moral authority, or apparently making it a serious combat. You know, a moral authority, your sick ass brain is probably making a serious loss back. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic seems to bring them out in herds before the unfortunate phenomena died down. But now they're coming back with major vengeance. Yeah, they need to sit their fucking racist ass down and start working for the fucking demon Democrats and don't worry about what black people do. We're going to deal with our people as we deal with our people, and we're going to make sure that we fight to keep them in line and keep them straight and keep them building on the military and all the type of things that we need to do it, even when it comes to our own health care. You know what I'm saying? We cannot have the same health care from a white doctor necessarily as a black doctor or a doctor who knows better. And sometimes the black doctor is just as worse as the white. You know what I'm saying? But my mother said this, and I say the same thing. If you come into the field of medicine with racist, drug garbage, you come into this medical field with any fuck Fauci, Louise, Bill Gates, and any people like that, you are not a fucking doctor. Anytime you bring racism into being a doctor, you are not a doctor. I don't care how much skills or how many lessons or whatever you went to school and did. You are not a fucking doctor. Anytime you bring racism into the picture of healing, you is garbage. And you are not a doctor. Not in this book, baby. You might try that with them. but it don't work with point black because I done told you, don't do that. If I'm going to heal, I don't give a fuck if it's an Arab, I don't care if it's a white man, I don't care if it's a Chinese, I don't care if it's an Indian, I don't care if it's this, I don't care if it's a dog, I don't care if it's a chicken, I don't care if it's a goat. If I can heal him, I'm going to heal him. Because one day you might be in that same situation as well. That's not the reason why I'm saying that. But you might be in the same situation. You want us to discriminate against you? If we see you in the street get hit by a car and we could run over there and stop the bleeding or stop something and keep you alive to the ambulance, get there, you want us to say, man, fuck that nigga and keep walking about? What kind of doctor would do that? You're not a doctor, man, bro. You're a mad scientist and a mad doctor. You're out your fucking brains then and now. You know what I'm saying? But now we're looking at the voice. You know what I'm saying? Stop blaming Western colonialism for problems elsewhere. It ignores history. The early this month, the murder of four Shiite Muslim city in Albuquerque led to mourning and so forth. But now we see this garbage going on. See how we're going back and forth? See how we're going back and forth? Not going down the road. We need to stop this bullshit and make sure that those people, if you come in this country with a bunch of garbage and you're doing this, and the people are beginning to get aggravated because they're beginning to realize who the three slave masters are that is running in these countries and doing the garbage you do under the Baphomet, Luciferian, blood-sucking, satanic worship garbage that you're doing. They're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of it. What proved that is who all was in the making of COVID-19. Mm-hmm. Who all ran down the road with that. That gave you right away. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Key info on Trump Russian investigation was wrongfully withheld by William Barr, AG William Barr. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a flying fuck? What information could possibly be held back that you didn't bring out? But when it comes to Hillary Clinton and what she did with that girl and all kinds of other shit that they've been doing for years, talking about Secretary of State and up there with Bill Clinton and doing all kind of loose up and garbage, nobody's seen that. See how the demon Democrats do shit, but always use the media and other black people put on the black card and all this different shit to cover their ass after they done do the damage to the same black people who voted for them and other people as well. You know what I'm saying? Such as what we saw happen with Afghanistan. You know what I'm saying? This Cheney is disgusted by Trump release FBI agents' name involving in the murder. Well, they should release the names. You rushed the man's house. So why can't they be released? Wasn't that Operation 19 or Operation Maxwell Smart 88? I mean, what is Cheney talking about? She's a clown. She's a clown. Boys, British Indian have a racist problem. We need to be honest. And he's right about that. We need to quail it all over the planet no matter where. But we don't need no one race trying to dominate another as we see what's going on with this border thing. And we see who's all up in our government. Ocasio Cortez, every time they turn around, it's a Latino. Every time they turn around, it's a Latino. Barely any blacks I'm seeing up there. What's going on here? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got to start looking at these people and stop the shooting and killing of each other in the neighborhood, listening to these demon bloodsuckers who came up in the neighborhood and doing this bullshit and convincing no man. While we have no, but the only person I see stand up here is Austin. You know what I'm saying? And he down with that. Democrats attempt to boost midterm fortune by pitching inflation reduction bill that won't, like the person said, it won't reduce inflation. They pitching all kinds of bills, but it will not do nothing. They are controlling the money, and as long as money's on paper, just like a file cabinet, have a bunch of papers there, they got records on that money, and they can do this to the money and that to the money. You screwed. You know what I'm saying? Texas schools are required to put up posters of the motto, national motto, "In God We Trust." Take that back. You mean a motor that says God, switch around his dog, and switch back to what he does, says Government Ordnance Department. You know what I'm saying? We trust. But cited saying the law imposed religion on children, and yes, it do. Why are you choosing their God for them? Is the question, such as you did with Rufus as well. Why are you choosing God for the children? That is your ideology. Once it was mine, but it's no longer. But for many years, I saw it in a different way. Even though I might be speaking on the same concept, it wasn't the same concept that other people had in their head. You know what I'm saying? The concept that I was talking about was that came from Egypt and from Africa as a whole, because we had that hundreds of thousands of years before the white people ever caught civilization. And they must realize that it didn't just come by your hand, because we know for a fact that Constantine came into Egypt to learn it and then say he's going to go back to Europe and use it to unite his people. And that's when he came up with this God thing. You see what I'm saying? So it was billions of years before he got there. So what are you talking about? Stop choosing for the kids who you want them to praise. Nobody's or believe in or anything at all. Let them make their own choices. Blacks and point black. So this is point black saying stay tight, stay right. We're gonna come back on another fight. We must always fight the good fight. This is where it begins and this is where it stays until the time in which we all can see life as one. So, farewell, my friends. We will